Okay guys, we are live. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me as always. It's officially Wednesday. We're about halfway through the week or so. I'm just going to try and change my camera a little bit here. So it's great to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here and joining me, like I say, on this Wednesday. It's fantastic to have you all here as always. So we have some pretty interesting couple of topics for us to dive into on tonight's stream. So we're going to be talking about Lox Pratt, obviously the actor behind who's going to be playing Draco Malfoy in the upcoming series. He's just signed on with a big talent agency, so it looks like he's going to be getting some new representation, which is going to be very, very interesting. I think the kid's got a bright future ahead of him, so I'm interested to see what Lox Pratt's going to be doing with this new company that he signed with. Also, we're going to be talking about a couple of brothers, family members who have been injured at Battle of the Ministry, obviously at Epic Universe Park, and it looks like they're trying to sue the park for a big kind of financial settlement there. So, we got a couple of interesting stories, like I say, and it's great to have you guys here as always. So we've got Ma, who says hello. I'm so excited to see the rest of the kiddos. I feel they will all shine. Scotty says hi. Nice to see you, Scotty. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Rumble Believer as well. Great to see you, Rumble. Thank you so much for being here. Great to have you guys here as always. And I am in a little bit of pain. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I'll give you a quick update. I did have like a little bit of kind of a minor surgical procedure done on my back a couple of days ago. When was it? Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And I'm in a little bit of discomfort. So if I'm kind of squirming around, that's probably why. Okay, Erica's here as well. Great to see you, Erica. Sorry for missing Hogwarts Legacy last time. But we Muslims have Ramadan right now. Did a later prayer at the mosque. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got to do what you've got to do. No need to apologize. If you've got other more important things to do, obviously that takes precedent over my stream. So, of course, you know, guys, do whatever you have to do. And she says, I hope you recover soon. Thank you so much for that. And Ma says, sorry to hear that. I hope you recover soon as well. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. It's, you know, it's quite painful. And you know when you're like in pain and you're trying to distract yourself, but it's always there kind of niggling at the back of you, and it's just it's kind of annoying. But I didn't want to cancel the stream. I didn't want to disappoint or let you guys down. So you know, we're forging ahead, so to speak. We're troopers here, and we've got a mission to get the Harry Potter news out to the world. So, you know, we very much need to do that. But as you can see here as well, guys, looking at our event table as well, if I can point in the right direction. Our event table. So we've got a bunch of new subscribers there as well. Robert Wisman, Cute Dogs TV, Paul Nelson. We've got Verica Melikova. We've got James Routledge. We've got obviously our memberships that were given out by Gryffindor in the last stream, which was very, very kind of her. And a $2 super chat. And a couple more subscribers down here at the bottom as well. So it's been an eventful week. We're gaining subscribers here, which is fantastic. You know, so we're growing our community, and everything is, you know, looking up, and everything is pretty good at the moment. And again, I'm sorry if I'm sort of squirming around here. Gryffindor's here as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Gryffindor. It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much for being here with us. So yeah, how's everybody's week going so far? Is everyone doing okay? Everyone having a good week? If there's anything you guys want to talk about regarding, you know, how your week's been so far or whatever, just drop it in the chat. We'd love to know what you guys have been up to and, you know, how everything's going. So, you know, if you feel comfortable, obviously, to share things that are going on. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes like we usually do, and then we'll get into our first main topic. Talking about what's going on at Epic Universe with these brothers trying to sue Orlando, trying to sue the theme park, basically because they were injured on the Battle at Ministry of Magic ride. And it's a pretty crazy story. If anyone gets injured on one of these big rides, then absolutely they should be entitled to, you know, a reimbursement. You know, some sort of medical settlement. And Gryffindor sends in a $5 super chat sticker. Thank you so much, Gryffindor. I really do appreciate that. Confetti cannon, yay! I always love pulling the trigger on that confetti cannon. It makes me smile. So I'm gonna give out 2 confetti cannons because I feel like we need two. I'm not sure why. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for that. That's really very kind of you. Just gonna grab this, and we're gonna put this up on the screen. So let me grab this, and I'm gonna go over to here, grab this, and then we're gonna put your super chat right there in the screen, so everybody can see your everyone can see your donation to the channel, which is very, very kind of you. And that's not the right one. I pressed on the wrong one. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find it. Screenshots. That's the correct one. There we go. I picked the wrong one. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, your $5 super chat. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Gryffindor. I really do appreciate that. I hope you're all doing well. Flamingo Productions. Yeah, so it's great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining as well. I'm not sure how long the stream's going to go, guys, because like I'm saying, I'm a bit of discomfort at the moment, so I do want to go and sort of rest. So I might cut the stream a little bit short, if that's okay, if you guys don't mind. But we're still going to get into our main topics. So we'll wait a couple more minutes, and then we'll start firing into our main topics. Yeah. I should have got myself a drink, you know, but it is what it is. Gryffindor says, if you're in pain, we understand. I'm not so much in pain, it's kind of like discomfort. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like someone's sticking their finger in my back. That's kind of what it feels like. It's very weird. It's not painful, but it's just annoying. Like, I don't know. Nicole's here as well. Please cut short for your health. I'll be okay. I promise. I'm okay. Like, it's nothing to worry about. But yeah, so everything is good. Up and up, guys. Okay, so let's dive into our first topic here. So again, this is about a couple of brothers who were injured at the Battle of the Ministry ride at the Epic Universe Park, and they're looking to sue the park and basically get a lawsuit and, get a financial kind of settlement from this. So this is quite an interesting story, and it's also sad. It's never good to hear about people being injured and, being involved with the Harry Potter franchise and bad omens and this kind of thing. But let's dive in, and I would love to hear after what you guys have to say about this story, because it's pretty interesting. So here we go. I never want to be reporting on any sad or tragic news or anything bad within the Wizarding world, but unfortunately from time to time we do have these stories. As bad and as upsetting as they can be, I mean, it's still important information for us to kind of report on and talk about. So this story here comes to us from people.com. Twin brothers allegedly injured on new Harry Potter ride at Universal Orlando after it thrusted erratically mid-ride. Yeah, so these brothers have been injured on this ride, and now they're suing Universal Orlando and trying to get compensation, claiming that their lives have been forever changed. And I mean, if that is indeed the case, then of course they should be getting some sort of compensation here. These rides are very, very dangerous. If there's glitches or problems, it can result in really bad life-changing injuries. And I hope that never happens to anyone. I really don't. But, if that is the case, that they have been injured and it's going to affect their life, then of course, Universal Orlando should be paying them some type of compensation here. So, brothers Derek and Eric Burrow are suing Universal Orlando Resort after allegedly suffering significant neck and back injuries on the new Harry Potter ride. And I would assume this is, what's it called? Ministry of Magic, or Magic at the Ministry? Something like that, the specific name. Battle at the Ministry, that's what it's called. Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry takes guests inside the Ministry of Magic at the Universal Epic Universe on April the 5th, 2025. And obviously we have a picture there. Battle at the Ministry. We all know that ride by now. It's kind of world famous. And we've talked about the queue times for this ride. They can get upwards of 4 or 5 hours the queue time. And we've done a video about that on the channel. Do search it on my channel videos. You'll find it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But that's a whole story for another video. Okay, so getting back to this. Two brothers are suing Universal Orlando Resort for more than $50,000 in damages, alleging that they were injured on Epic Universe's new Harry Potter ride, again, Battle at the Ministry. So, twins Derek and Eric Burrow, 45, filed separate lawsuits against Universal, claiming they were injured on the Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry ride. According to legal documents obtained by People, on Tuesday, February the 24th, so that was just yesterday. The ride is an elevator simulation with a 16-passenger vehicle that moves parkgoers up, down, forward, backward, and sideways through the Ministry of Magic. So the Burrows, who were at the park on Christmas Day with their families, allege that they were on the ride when it malfunctioned and stopped abruptly. They were thrusted erratically in their seats, causing them to suffer significant neck and back injuries. People reached out to Universal Studios for a comment. So yeah, it says here they alleged that the ride malfunctioned. I mean, there have been people in the past who make these kind of claims just to try and get money out of different, studios and parks and things like this, just to open up a lawsuit, just to see if they can get some money. And I have no reason to believe that these guys are lying. If they, if they're filing lawsuits to say they've been injured, then until proven otherwise, I do trust, obviously, what their lawsuit is saying. I've worked at a theme park before, and I've seen rides actually malfunction in front of me and kind of damage people. At this park I used to work at, that's just down the road from me, we had a little roller coaster. And there was a situation one day where I was working on the park. I wasn't manning that particular roller coaster, but the roller coaster kind of braked immediately. Like it braked a lot harder than it should have, and a lot of people got whiplash and damaged their necks. So I have seen how this can affect people in real life. And these rides, I mean, as safe as they try to make them, mishaps do happen from time to time. And here's another picture of the Battle at the Ministry, one of the statues at the ride there. Okay, so they both claim that the suit, they both claim, in the suit that as a result of the injuries, they have suffered a loss of ability to lead and enjoy a normal life. The Burrow brothers are seeking damages for financial repercussions, expense and hospitalization, medical and nursing care and treatment, past lost wages, loss of earning power, diminished earning capacity, loss of ability to lead and enjoy a normal life. Losses are permanent or continuing, and plaintiff will suffer in the future. Yeah, I mean, living in the US, I mean, they don't have the NHS like they do here in the UK, and unless you've got medical cover in the US, then hospital, being at the hospital, being at the emergency room and stuff like that can be pretty damn expensive. So whether these guys have medical insurance or not, I really don't know. But yeah, all of that stuff can be pretty expensive to take care of. Obviously, if they've had time off work due to the injuries, again, like it says here, past lost wages, loss of earning power, they can't go to work, they've had to leave their jobs, whatever the case may be here, they've lost out on kind of their salaries that they would usually earn due to the damage that's been caused to their body by the malfunction of this ride. So it's up to them to prove that their injuries are as bad as they say they are. So they would have to get x-rays from doctors, they would have to get written letters from the doctors to prove that these injuries are real, that they had to take time off work, and so on and so on and so on. It would be up to them to get all the medical kind of certification to prove that their lawsuit damaged them as much as what they're saying. So additionally, the suit states that they are seeking treatment for their injuries, which are impacting their everyday lives. Their attorney, John Morgan, said in a statement, the Orlando Sentinel reported. So they allegedly suffered bodily and terminal injury, including a permanent injury, pain and suffering of both a physical and mental nature, disability, physical impairment, disfigurement, mental anguish, inconvenience, loss of capacity for enjoyment of life, aggravation of an existing condition per the lawsuit. When it comes to like mental damages, don't get me wrong, I completely sympathize if they have like PTSD or whatever the mental injury they may have sustained from this ride. How do you prove that you've sustained like a mental injury? Do you know what I mean? Like how it's kind of messed up your mind. I don't know how you would prove that to someone, because you can't be in someone's head. So I don't know how you would prove like your mental condition is deteriorated because of this accident. I guess it would have to be written off by a psychologist. A psychologist would have to evaluate these guys who have been injured. Then the psychologist would have to write a letter, saying that their determination is, kind of mental damages, I guess. I guess that's the way you could do it. So Morgan told Morgan told the Orlando Sentinel that the lawsuits were filed to hold Universal accountable for the safety incident was alleged was entirely preventable. The most important job of the theme park is to keep its guests safe. Instead, Universal allegedly operated a ride that had been plagued by repeated malfunctions, glitches, and hard stops since it opened. Again, that's something in the lawsuit they would have to prove. Not sure how they would get evidence that the ride has been faulty beforehand. The lawsuits alleged Universal was negligent in maintaining the ride in a reasonable and safe condition, and warned of any dangerous conditions about which it knew or should have known about. The claim joins a list of other lawsuits against the company and the injury parkgoers have sustained on Universal Studio Hollywood's Harry Potter ride, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. So in February of 2025, 74-year-old Pamela Morrison was awarded $7.25 million in damages from Universal Studios after suffering a spine injury on the ride in September of 2022. So that one wasn't at Battle of the Ministry. That one was on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. She was awarded $7.25 million in damages. That's insane. So wow, I mean, she won the lawsuit against Universal. So these brothers here who have been injured at Battle of the Ministry, they could be awarded this kind of massive lump sum as well. We'll have to wait and see. If there is an update on this case in the coming months or this year sometime, I will update you guys and I will let you know kind of what the outcome of this lawsuit is going to be, because it's interesting to find out. But yeah, I mean, if it's true what these guys are saying, that their lives have been forever changed, mental, physical damages, loss of wages, loss of, earnings and all that kind of stuff. And I really hope, if all of that is true, and I'm not saying they're lying by any means, but I'm just saying if that is all true and their lawsuit is, accurate and good, then I hope Orlando Universal does pay them out and they do get some sort of financial, kind of backing from this lawsuit, because there's no way that a theme park of this size should get away with injuring their guests and not have to pay some sort of compensation to them. But you hear this story here, guys. These people, these twin brothers were injured on this ride. What do you make of this? I would love to hear your thoughts, your insights, your opinions, and all that kind of stuff. So, jump down in the comment section or in the live chat and let me know what you think about this sad story. Again, it's always sad to hear when bad things happen involving the Harry Potter franchise, but unfortunately that's life. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this story. So guys, while we were doing that video, we just had some pretty big update. A pretty big update regarding the Harry Potter series. Some information just dropped on Twitter. So I'm going to pull this up because this is going to give us an indication as to how much new content we're getting in season 1 in comparison to what we got in the movies. So this is pretty big in my opinion. So let's dive into this quickly. So let's pull this up. That's not the right one. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so take a look at this. I just posted this up to my X account. And by the way, do follow me on X if you haven't so far. So, this post here. In the upcoming Harry Potter TV series, Season 1 alone adds an extra 328 extra minutes. That's 5 hours and 28 minutes of brand new content. It will clock in around 8 hours in total, making it over 3 times longer than the original Philosopher's Stone film at 2 hours and 32 minutes. An additional 5 hours. That's insane. That's 5 hours and 28 minutes of brand new content. How crazy is that? So we're going to get over 5 hours of just new content in the first season. When you add it on top of the original Philosopher's Stone. I mean, how crazy is that? And this has just been doing the rounds on social media. I will put out a more in-depth video about this tomorrow when I've had a bit of time to kind of digest it and kind of go into the nuance of this. But man, how insane. I'm going to read this again. So in the upcoming Harry Potter TV series, Season 1 alone will add an extra 328 minutes. That's an extra 5 hours and 28 minutes of brand new content. It will clock in around 8 hours, making it over 3 times longer than the original Philosopher's Stone film. 3 times longer than the Philosopher's Stone film. So for people, I don't care what anyone says, right? I don't want to see any of these comments in the comment section anymore where people say, oh, we're only getting 8 episodes. Is that it? We're only getting 8 episodes. We're getting 8 hours. 8 hours is 3 times longer than the original Philosopher's Stone film. So if anyone ever says, oh, it's only 8 episodes. Why is it only 8? Why is it not 25 episodes? Don't, just completely dismiss that out of hand because it's 8 hours, an additional 5 hours and 28 minutes on those original films. So, I mean, don't let anyone tell you that they're not giving you enough content for the first book, because it's absolute nonsense. It really is. But this just dropped on social media, like I said, while we were doing that video there about the ride injuries, and it's pretty significant when you think about this. It's pretty crazy the amount of additional content that we're going to be getting that were kind of dropped out of the movies. So, you know, it's going to be exciting, guys. What that additional content is, you know, it's going to be more into the nuance, the subplots, you know, all that kind of the backstory of the characters, all the stuff that we didn't get in the films. But it's just going to be incredible. And I thought I'd bring that to your attention, guys. But like I say, I will put out a video about this tomorrow. Once I've kind of had a bit of a dive into it. Once I've had a dive into it and kind of explored it a little bit and kind of looked at some of the comments online and stuff, I'll put out a more in-depth video tomorrow. But I did want to kind of just bring that to your attention while I kind of just saw it on social media a minute ago. So if you have any thoughts or comments, let me know in the live chat or down below in the comments. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. But 8 hours of Harry Potter content, 3 times as long as the first Philosopher's Stone movie. So again, if anyone ever says to you it's only 8 episodes, just kind of whatever, mate. Your opinion don't matter anymore. It's 8 hours. Like, I mean, come on. 8 hours is insane. That's only the first season. You know, that's the first season, 8 hours. So once all of the entire show is out, think how long it's going to take you to binge the entire show. Like, once all of the seasons are out, there's going to be like 100 hours of like Harry Potter content to go through. Like, if you watch every episode, it's going to be insane. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool. Emma says, there were so many things that never got an answer and so good opportunity to add more context information for characters to events. Absolutely, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, that's the reason why this show exists. And again, people come up with this thing where they complain that it's only 8 episodes. That's one of the ones that I always get. Oh, why is it only 8 episodes? But the second one, oh, what's the point in making this series? We've already got the films. What's the point of the series? The exact point of the series is to bring up the content that was left out of the movies, but people don't seem to, you know, some people don't seem to get that concept. I'm just kind of in a rant mode now, so I need to stop. But yeah, I think that's some pretty important news. That's a pretty big update there, and man, an extra 5.5 hours of additional content over what we got in the Philosopher's Stone movie. So pretty incredible there. It's impossible to make everybody happy. Emma, you are preaching to the choir, my friend. As a content creator, it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. I'm not complaining about this in any way. It's just the nature of the business. But obviously, there's always comments about, you know, something I've said or something I've done wrong or whatever. You can never make everyone happy. I just try to be me. I try to do the content in the way that I enjoy it, that I hope you guys enjoy. And, you know, whether people want to complain at me or, you know, tell me that I'm doing something wrong, it's the nature of the business. You can, like you say, you cannot make everyone happy, and I don't try to make everyone happy. I try to do the best I can. I try to be informative. I try to get the majority of everyone to enjoy the content. But I know at the end of the day, I can't make everyone happy. So I absolutely know what you're saying, Emma. Again, preaching to the choir here. But it's okay. I'm okay. It's okay with it. So, all right, guys. So what we're going to do in a minute, we'll move into our second main topic, talking about Lox Pratt. Lox Pratt has just signed on to a talent agency. So the fact that he signed on to this new talent agency is going to be exciting, because talent agents, you know, they're all about kind of finding you your next gig, finding you that next role that you can be in. So Lox Pratt, if he signed on to this big talent agency, we might see him in more films, we might see him in more TV shows, he might end up on a stage play. Who knows what's in the future for this kid? But you know, based on his acting prowess so far in Lord of the Flies, which I believe is his first gig, you know, he was received quite well in it. And obviously they cast him for Draco Malfoy. So again, HBO have seen something in this kid that they think is, you know, deserving of his talent. And this talent agency's seen the same thing as well. So everybody seems to believe in this kid. So it's great to hear at the age of 14, he's doing pretty well for himself. And he's going to be super rich. He's going to be super famous. And I'm sure a lot of the girls are going to be chasing him. But it comes with the territory. So it is what it is. Okay, let's move into our next main topic then, guys, and talking about Lox Pratt here. The upcoming Draco Malfoy actor for our HBO series, it looks like he's moving up in the world. I mean, he's only had a few acting roles, but he's just been signed by a major talent agency. Good for him, he's a young kid. This talent agency knows that this kid, Lox Pratt, is going to be huge in the future, and they've taken the opportunity to sign him to their talent agency. So, let's dive into this. Let's see exactly what's going on with Lox Pratt here. This comes to us from Variety.com. So, UTA signs Lord of the Flies and HBO's Harry Potter star Lox Pratt. Again, I mean, this kid is only young. How old is he? 14, I think? And he's been in Lord of the Flies, and he's going to be in Harry Potter. And I believe Lord of the Flies was his first acting gig. And I mean, he's been signed by a talent agency now who are going to represent him. They're going to find him more TV shows, more movies, potentially stage plays, if maybe that's something he wants to do. But yeah, so I think in the near future, we're going to be seeing a lot of this Lox Pratt kid. So we need to keep an eye out for him, because I think he's going to be pretty big in the future. Okay, so let's dive into the details here. UTA has added British actor Lox Pratt to its roster, representing him across all areas. So Pratt recently gained attention for his role as Jack Meridew in Jack Thorne's 4-part television series Lord of the Flies. Do you know what? I still need to watch that. I still haven't watched it yet. I feel so bad that I haven't seen it, but I've been so busy, and obviously with everything going on, with my back playing up and everything, I just haven't had the mindset to get to it. But I do need to get to it. I've got it on my computer and I'm ready to watch it. So the first ever television adaptation of William Golding's classic novel, the series follows a group of boys stranded on a deserted island whose attempts at self-governance quickly descend into conflict and disorder. I mean, would you expect anything less? You have a bunch of young kids. I mean, these are young boys. They have no life experience. They don't know anything about anything, right? Remember when you were like 12, 13, 14? You look back to that age, you knew nothing about nothing. None of us did. And could you imagine trying to survive on a stranded island with a bunch of young kids? Of course there's going to be conflict and disorder. There would be the same thing even if there was adults, to be honest. So, Lox Pratt plays Jack, the ambitious and unpredictable figure whose decisions drive much of the story's tension. His performance has been noted for its range, focus, and maturity he brings to the role. Okay, so Lord of the Flies premiered in February on BBC One in the UK and Stan in Australia, earning critical recognition for its performances and production. A US release on Netflix is scheduled for later this year. Okay, so it's not actually out in the US. I did not know that. That's something new to me. So Pratt has continued to star in the leading roles in major literary adaptations. He is currently filming HBO's television adaptation of Harry Potter, where he plays Draco Malfoy, the cunning Slytherin student and central antagonist to Harry Potter at Hogwarts, a role originally portrayed by Tom Felton in the film series. He stars alongside Johnny Flynn as Lucius Malfoy, and the series is expected to premiere in early 2027. So, besides UTA, Pratt continues to be represented by Insight Management and Production, Public Eye Communications and Gang, Tyre and Rama, I'm not sure how you say that. UTA represents a wide range of actors, filmmakers, and content creators across film, television, and digital media. Pratt joins a roster that includes both established and emerging talent, expanding the agency's presence in global television and film. So yeah, these, UTA are going to do a great job with, helping him to become the star that he probably deserves to be at this point. I mean, we haven't seen him in Harry Potter yet, so we just don't know. But I mean, if they've cast him, then there's something going to be, there's something special about this kid. I think he's going to do fantastic things. I really do. But guys, talking about UTA, for those of you who may not know what UTA is, let's just go over to their website. So this is UTA. This is called United Talent Agency. This is the company that have just signed Lox Pratt. So let's just take a quick overview of their website. We're not going to go too in-depth here, but it will give us a bit of a better understanding at this company that signed up Lox Pratt here. So, uniting ideas, opportunities, and talent. So, UTA is a leading global talent in sports, entertainment, and advisory company. So we represent artists, athletes, storytellers, and brands whose voices and visions define culture and shape our world. As a full-service global agency, we connect clients to opportunities across entertainment, media, and business. So like I was saying earlier in the video, that's the kind of thing that these talent agencies do. They get you auditions, whether it's for movies, TV shows, whether it's stage plays, musicals, whatever it is, you know, that Lox Pratt and maybe him and his family feel like he wants to move into during filming Harry Potter or after Harry Potter. You know, this company's going to do representation for him to get him those roles to make this kid into a big star. So if you go down here to representation, it's got a little bit more here. So working with actors, writers, directors, musicians, authors, athletes, digital creators, and more, United Talent Agency drives the future of culture entertainment with our expertise, relationships, insights, and broad capabilities. We work with each client to help them achieve their unique creative and business objectives, advancing the careers of global superstars. So that's a bit more of an insight into UTA, just for those of you who may not know. To be honest, I've never heard of them before I started talking about this story. It's not something that I look into all that much about talent agencies and stuff, but obviously these big you know, actors and actresses and stuff, they do have talent agencies that do all the back end work for them to get them the auditions, to get them in the door and stuff. Even though you have big actors, you know, big movie stars, they still have to audition for things. They don't just turn up and get the job, you know, willy-nilly. So they do still need these companies to represent them on the world stage, so to speak. They do all the publicity as well, you know, tell them what to post on social media and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, it handles their kind of public image as well, if you like. So, going back over to the article here, that's pretty much where we are. I thought it was a pretty important story to see the kind of the evolution of Lox Pratt at such a young age. And again, I think we're going to see great things. What he's going to do during the Harry Potter filming, while he's on breaks or after, you know, are we going to see him in a film? Are we going to see him in a new TV series again? Are we going to see him on a stage play? I mean, he could end up pretty much anywhere because it sounds like he's got, you know, a lot of talent and potential. And that's why this company signed him, because they know that he's going to do big things in the future. So guys, you see this news here. You know, what do you think about this? Lox Pratt being signed up by this company. You know, the fact that HBO have hired him to play Draco Malfoy, they obviously have trust in this kid, and now this talent agency is obviously trusting in this kid's talent as well. So everybody seems to believe that this kid is, you know, full of the magic, so to speak. To speak in pun, I guess. Speak as a pun. Full of magic. So I'm excited for his future. Guys, jump into the comment section or the live chat and let me know what you think about this. Are you excited to see more Lox Pratt, you know, after and sort of during the Harry Potter series, if he decides to do other things while he's filming Harry Potter? I'm excited. So, okay, guys, there we go. So that's a pretty interesting story there about Lox Pratt moving up in the world, you know, signing on with this new talent agency. And good for him. I hope he appears in more TV shows. I hope he appears in more movies. And whether this guy is going to be an A-class movie star in the future, we'll have to keep our eyes on him and check out his development. Not just him, the other kind of little... I'm not sure why I'm saying little. The younger actors who are going to be in the new series, we'll have to keep an eye on them and see what their kind of trajectory is, you know, as actors, and see if they do anything else while they're filming Harry Potter at the same time. I'm sure there's all kinds of regulations as to, you know, they can't film or shoot certain things while they're filming in the Harry Potter, you know, series. They can only take certain jobs. I'm not exactly sure, but there's probably a lot of stuff in their contracts about what they can and can't do as other jobs on the sidelines that may interfere, or, you know, there may be a conflict of interest. I'm sure there's a lot of kind of crazy contract type stuff. But yeah, I hope they do well for themselves. The kids, I always want to see, you know, young kids do well for themselves. But guys, okay, so a little bit more news has now dropped. So I'm gonna, after this stream is finished, I'm gonna jump straight in front of the camera once more, and I'm going to be doing a video because they've just dropped a new article that's talking about details to do with the series. It talks about Peeves, it talks about the length of this the series, season 1. It talks about all kinds of different details to do with the first season of the Harry Potter series. So I'm going to bring this up quickly just to show you guys the headline here. So let me just grab this. If I can find it, bear with me. So this has just appeared. Let me grab this. So you guys can see here, I'm just going to bring this up on the screen. So this is the article that's just dropped. We'll get to have fun with Peeves. New details for the Harry Potter TV series revealed alongside 2025 production date at Leverston. So there's a lot of different details here which is dropped, coming from the actual executives themselves who are working on this series. So it's not from some, you know, it's not some middle of the road kind of, you know, media outlet who, you know, gives us a bit of information that could be or might be, or, you know, is a rumor. This is from the actual executives themselves. They dive in, they talk about Peeves, they talk about other details, episode length, runtime length, all that kind of stuff. And they talk about Hogwarts being expanded, seeing things in Hogwarts that we haven't seen before. They really do drop some pretty damn interesting details in this article. So like I say, as soon as this stream is finished, I'm going to jump into this video, make this video, and I'll put it on the channel within the next hour or so, because there's a lot of great stuff and I want to get to it as soon as possible. So yeah, should make for some interesting content, that's for sure. I haven't read the full details of the article, but I've got it open here on my computer, and I'm ready to dive in and get that video going on the channel for you guys. But man, it's going to be great. From what I've just been reading here, there's some pretty interesting stuff. Let me just read you one excerpt here. Let me just go down. Let me find something here. Where is it? Okay, so let me just read this tiny bit from you, a tiny bit for you guys. And this is the kind of hype and excitement that I'm feeling for this article now. Okay, so read this. 1 second. This is a quick sneak peek preview of what's going to be in that video that I'm talking about doing after this stream. Okay, so this paragraph here. So iconic locations will return, obviously talking about, you know, Hogwarts and things like that. We don't want to mess with the likes of the Great Hall, but other elements of Hogwarts we will expand. But Mark Moylod, talking about the director and the executive working on the show, was also excited to explore other places not seen before, such as the Hogwarts staff room and examining the changing aesthetics of the school. So, it sounds like here they are expanding on Hogwarts and they're going to be showing us parts of Hogwarts that we have not seen before, which is really, really exciting. But yeah, excited to explore other places not yet seen, talking about Hogwarts, such as the Hogwarts staff room and examining the changing aesthetics of the school. We went with the idea that Hogwarts is a real place, hoping to explore the architectural themes of the ancient castle and how they would evolve over time. So, I mean, that just right there, I mean, that sounds interesting. How the architecture has evolved over time. So, are they going to give us like a time lapse of what it used to look like and then kind of forwarding through time and then seeing Hogwarts development? That's kind of what it sounds like to me. They're going to show the evolution of the architecture of Hogwarts. How would you do that? How would you do that without giving us a time lapse? Like a, do you know what I mean? Like throughout the time period? I don't know how, unless they've got like images, like the characters are holding images. This is what Hogwarts used to look like. And then there's like a before and after kind of comparison. But I think a time lapse would make a lot more sense. You know, it starts off in the 1800s and then sort of, you know, goes forward in time. And then you see the architecture and the kind of, you know, the buildings kind of developing and you see the architecture kind of changing throughout time. But yeah, I mean, that's really fascinating. Exploring the architectural themes of the ancient castle and how they evolve over time. Very, very interesting, man. I cannot wait to dive into this and make a video on this because this is fascinating. So yeah, you heard it here first, guys. There's a sneak preview there of the video that I'm going to be working on after we finish this stream here. So what do you guys make of that? I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Do you think, like me, they're probably going to do a time lapse? Or do you think they're going to somehow... Are they somehow going to show a before and after? I mean, I don't know. Is there going to be like paintings inside Hogwarts that show it at an earlier stage, and then they kind of do a video from the outside? You see the picture, like the painting, and then they do like an aerial shot now showing what it looks like in present day. I mean, there's several different methods they could do. Oh, sorry. There's several different methods they could do to kind of show that method of the evolution of the architecture. But I mean, the very fact that they're showing the architecture, that shows how much detail they're putting into this. You know, they're really going into the architecture, you know, the fine details of Hogwarts. And that's fantastic because Hogwarts in itself is a character. That's what a lot of people forget. Hogwarts itself is an actual character. It's not a physical character that talks or moves, but Hogwarts is a character within this franchise. And it's just as alive as anything else. And, you know, it wouldn't be the same without it. So, you know, you have to give as much attention to the castle as you do to anything else. And that's exactly what it sounds like they're doing here. So, sounds really, really fascinating. But that's pretty much all we have for our main topics and kind of the news that's just dropped here regarding the series. It's been pretty damn interesting. And it's pretty good to read. But like I say, I cannot wait to read into it a little bit more. So I think what we're going to do, guys, we've got to those two kind of main topics. We've had a bit of a chat and a kind of a bit of a chill out here. What does it say? Wyatt says, film faster, damn it. Film 24/7, forget the child labour laws. Forget the child labor laws. Yeah, I don't think they can do that somehow, Wyatt. I understand what you're saying, but yeah, you know, you got to protect the children at some point. You know, you can't work them into the ground. This isn't the 1800s anymore. There's legislation to look after them, unfortunately. So, yeah, they've got to do, you know, you've got to be sensible with it. You don't want to run the kids. The thing is, you don't want to run the kids into the ground and then they end up giving a worse performance because they're overworked. I would rather the kids be in a great environment where they can feel, you know, they can feel at ease and they can give a good performance and they feel like they're in a friendly, kind of nurtured place. You know, that's welcoming, that's nice. They can give their best effort when it comes to their acting. Whereas if they're under pressure, they're being worked too hard, they're going to feel kind of, you know, that pressure getting to them. The performances are going to begin to lack. And we could end up with, you know, something that's not good. So we want that kind of friendly, great environment for the kids where they can do their best work. So I think, you know, labor laws, I don't think we can set the labor laws aside, unfortunately. I hope you're joking anyway. I hope you're joking. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to end off the stream here. I'm going to get into that video because it's really important news that's just dropped. I want to get that video out as soon as possible. We've covered our two main topics here, and we've had a bit of a discussion about this news that's just dropped. And I want to get this video out, and then I want to go and rest as well because my back's not doing too well. So, but yeah, it's been a great stream. As always, it's great to have you guys here. I really do appreciate, and I appreciate your well wishes as well. It's not been an easy week, and you guys sending your well wishes towards me. I really do appreciate that as well. It's been very, very kind of you. It's been very, very nice. You know, that you guys care, and I really do appreciate that. But yeah, guys, so do check out on the channel within the next hour. Within the next hour, stay tuned to the channel. I'll be putting out that video of all that news that's just dropped. We'll go into detail, break down the nuance and everything that's just dropped because there's more details. They go into Peeves, they go into Hogwarts, they go into, you know, the length of the runtime of the season and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel because this video will be popping up in the next hour. You don't want to miss that, guys. And it's going to be an interesting video. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it off there because like I say, I'll get to this video and then I'm going to go and rest before my back kind of breaks in half like that. So yeah, but thank you so much for, you know, tuning in, everyone. We'll probably get to the next stream on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably. I will let you guys know. But you know, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And also, like I say, stay tuned to the channel for that video coming up in the next hour or so. You don't want to miss that important news, guys. Thank you so much.